Hello, everyone. Welcome to Serial Scoop Now. I'm Roger Newcomb. I'm here with the very multi-talented Jack Tracy, who is a producer, director, writer, actor, lawyer, the ultimate hyphenate. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
So we're here to talk about your new web series, History. But first, I want to find out a little about you. Where did you grow up? How did you become a lawyer slash actor slash everything?
Sure. So I grew up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. After I went to college for musical theater, and I majored in that there, but then I sort of decided that I didn't know if that was right for me. I didn't know if that was sort of the life I wanted to live, so I instead went to law school. Came to New York, worked as a paralegal, went to law school for 3 years at Seton Hall University, and then started... Pirates, yes. And then started my career as a bankruptcy attorney, a corporate bankruptcy attorney. Floated through a couple firms, and while I enjoyed the practice, there was always that seed of creativity that wasn't being fostered, and I decided I needed to get myself in a position where I could do both, where I could have a legal career and I could also do the fun, creative things that I really wanted to do. So I got a really great gig, sort of fell into my lap. I run a legal analysis department for a business media company, and I do that during the day and started producing productions at night, and History is the first web series of Necessary Outlet Productions, named after the necessity of a creative outlet.
Wow. So you're the attorney. You can create all your own legal documents for the company and everything? Or?
Oh, yeah. And I'm my own lawyer.
One-stop shop.
Director. Yes, yes. Though I should mention my co-producer for History, Frank Leone, who also produced In Retrospect last year, was
Indie Series Award nominee.
Indie Series Award nominee for Best Soundtrack, and he has been an instrumental part of the show. Very thankful to him.
Very nice person. So tell us about History. Can you give us like a synopsis of the show?
Sure. So History is the story of a gay attorney, surprise, in New York, surprise, who has just gone through a bad breakup. He has broken up with his partner that he was with for the last 5 years. He has to encounter sort of the emotional fallout of that. He also loses his friend circle, and so sort of has to rebuild his life. He's gotten a new job. Some of his older friends that he's been friends with for years in the city have moved on. So it's a real period of transition for him, as it was a transition period for me. It is based off of my life experiences. So it's a 6-episode arc that explores the character Jamie finding his way through gay New York, finding new friends, and finding new love, and sort of dealing with that first 90 days out of a breakup, what that's like for a person.
Wow, no one would ever break up with you. So you play Jamie, the lead character. So a lot of this is based on your experience. Mm-hmm. What was it like to perform that again?
So funny, I actually wasn't supposed to play myself. That wasn't the goal. And the actor who plays William in the show was actually supposed to play the Jamie part. And as we were and William is a friend. William plays the character William, though it is not based off of the actor William. That happened twice. Bianca's also Bianca, but is not Bianca. It's strange that it happened that way, but it did. So William and the other people who helped me put it together, some of the original cast members said, look, it's your story, you gotta play yourself. And I said, well, I'm directing this thing, I'm producing this thing, I'm editing this thing, someone's gotta work the camera, I don't know how I do all of that. And they all said, look, we'll help you. And every cast member, every person on set, every person you see on camera at some point is also behind the camera, operating the sound, holding a blanket to catch reverb. It was a real hands-on set. Everyone chipped in to help me do it. I am eternally grateful to everyone in the cast, everyone on the crew. It was a real family set, and we just had a lot of fun learning and creating together.
All right, so let's, now that you've described it and talked about it a little bit, let's take a look at a clip from the show.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
I'm here for Brian.
Oh, naturally.
Well, here Brian's party's the place to be.
Our party? I'm his boyfriend, Andrew.
Oh, nice to meet you. Brian has a boyfriend.
For the last 10 years. Let's just say this isn't the first time a handsome friend of Brian's has had no idea who Andrew is.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. I'm sorry, did you say handsome?
I'm Seth. And you, my friend, are far too sober.
Okay, so that was a little tiny piece of history. You know, in addition to all those other roles we talked about, you also composed music.
Yes, so with the very talented Clint Edwards and I came together on a song for the show. So in the script, I wanted to portray, I think we can all relate to those moments when we're feeling the most emotionally vulnerable, and you just hear that perfect song, the song that's singing your song, and it affects you in a certain way. And I wanted to capture that, and obviously I can't afford royalties for this show for, you know, very expensive popular music, so I said, well, the way you get around that is you write your own. So Clint and I sat down, I wrote the lyrics and the melody, he did the arrangement, and it's called Take It All Away. It appears in full in the first episode, and then is used as a musical motif for the score through the rest of the 6 episodes.
Right. And you are musical. You did a show at the Duplex, right, this year?
I did. That was sort of my first step coming back into performing, coming back into creating. We did a sold-out show at the Duplex last March called More. As with all of my productions, all of Necessary Outlets productions, all of the proceeds were donated to an LGBT charity of choice. For More, it was Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, and for the premiere party of History, which was held at Therapy Bar in October, the proceeds from the ticket sales to that event were earmarked for the Ali Fournet Center.
Oh my God, he's a nice guy too, in addition to being... So, you know, History, I remember my first project that I produced, and it was not this good. So we want you to do more. Will there be more History?
Oh, there's definitely plans for more History. I like the idea of 6-episode chunks. That sort of just feels right, 6 half-hour episodes. And the first 2 of season 2 are in draft form. We're working on the rest, and the cast is very anxious to return, and I hope to give everyone a lot more History next year.
So going through this whole process with History, and you probably learned a lot along the way, what would you say is the biggest lesson you learned that you might apply to the new season?
Sound. Sound is very difficult. You know, I had to teach myself, you know, everything, and I sat up, you know, I was working my 9-to-6 job, I was creating at night, I was staying up watching YouTube tutorials, learning how to, you know, edit, learning how to shoot, learning how to record sound, learning the tricks of the trade as best as I could to do the project. And sound, you never really expect, I mean, we did a lot of outdoor stuff, and in New York City, there is a fire engine every 3 seconds. There is a homeless person screaming at you every 3 seconds. We have a very entertaining B-roll of all of us getting very mad at the environment at certain aspects. So I would say, you know...
And that's not that fun to splice together later.
No, it's not. And, you know, I mean, there are certain scenes that took like 2 weeks of me just sitting down and needling just to get right. So I would tell you, you know, budget filmmakers, I financed this myself, you know, on a very tiny budget. So if you're going to spend money on something, spend it on someone to help you with sound.
That's usually the biggest lesson people learn after. So you learned it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But the show sounds perfectly fine.
Because I worked on it very, very long, late hours.
So what do your lawyer friends say about this project? Are they all also creative, or are you kind of an anomaly in this circle?
Well, I wouldn't say that my lawyer friends are not creative. I am...
Because they might watch this.
Exactly. You know, I didn't tell a whole lot of them about it because, especially my colleagues, I didn't really know how it would play. The series is very adult in tone. There's partial nudity. There are a lot of sexual scenarios.
Were you nervous about that? Nudity?
You know, they say that there's nothing less sexy than a sex scene, and that is so incredibly true. Doing the sex scenes, let me like, they may look really sexy on screen, but they're very, very awkward. We have a lot of fun stories out of those. There's nothing like standing in front of your friends with your junk in a sock filming a sex scene.
But your colleagues know now. They've seen it. They think you're awesome.
Some of them have seen it, and I had a contingent
I guess you might not want to show them.
Yeah. So if you're watching, surprise.
It's a very sexy show. So, you know, continuing on this career path, I'm assuming, where do you want to be in 5 years?
You know, someone actually just asked me that the other day. I think, you know, you have to dream big, but I am a risk-averse person. I am a cautious, pragmatic person by nature, maybe by being a lawyer. So if I am able to sell some screenplays, make some shows, earn enough for it to be a net zero, earn enough for it to be able to allow me to put investments back into history, back into other projects, and I'm able to just have everything pay for itself and make really fun stuff and write and learn a lot of new skills. Maybe get a few awards and nominations along the way to make me feel special. That's all I can ask for.
All right, where can people find history?
You can go to historywebseries.com. There are 2 links. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Vimeo. If you do watch, please leave us your feedback, leave us your likes, let us know what you think. You can tweet out at us at @historywebs, and we also have the hashtag historywebseries.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.